Now for you, welcome back, by the way, Howlinblind Money Slim Part 2, smoking my partagas black Gigante. For you folks, that break was long enough for the video to shut off, and you had to go find Part 2 and click it on. For me, instantaneous. I hit stop, and then I hit record. All right, we was talking about Lady Gaga and how, in my opinion, she was the number one surprise entertainer for me for 2009. Excellent. She writes her own music, she plays her own instruments, and she has a real voice. She's not one of these studio fakes, you know, like a lot of this shit you hear. Now, another surprise act for me that really hit me last year. The band Fleet Foxes. You got to check this group out, folks. I don't give a shit what kind of music you like. This band is unbelievable. Local public radio station in Louisville, Kentucky, WFPK 91.9. When I started working at the cigar store, I tuned that station in because I was sick of the shit that you hear on regular radio. And I started hearing the song that at one point it stops and it's got this Crosby, Stills, and Nash harmony part. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, that is tough. You know, I loved it. So I found out who it was. It was Fleet Foxes. The name of the song is Mykonos. So I get the album. And on the album, there's an alternate version of Mykonos, which is really, really tough that I've also been thinking about working up a blues version of. Because it's a ride-down type of thing. Let's see if... it's kind of hard to describe. Let's see if it starts in C, you ride down to the A minor. I mean, C minor to A, G, G flat, and then rides back up. You know, that would be in the key of... I'm even not sure what. We'd have to figure it out. I could figure it out on paper. Anyway, but it's a great album, and the entire freaking album is good. By Fleet Foxes, Mykonos. Another band that's out there now that just blows my mind. It's a group called The Big Pink, and you can find their videos up here on YouTube. They have a song called Dominoes. And this is just a frickin' pop song. But the way it was written, the way it's put together, the way it was recorded, it's just neater than hell. And so, all this stuff came out last year, or I was turned on to it last year. So, I'm just excited about it. So that's another one. I had the name of the band. Brandi Carlile. What an incredible entertainer she is. Excellent voice. Really nice tunes. And I love the way she does that oh, whoa, whoa, whoa in that one song. So... Those are some of the things at the top of my list as far as music. Best cigar, in my opinion, of 2009. I'm going to have to give to these Partagas Black Gigantes because I've always liked Partagas Black, and I've recently gotten into here in the last year or so the 60 ring gauge. Partagas Black used to only come in, except for the pyramid, but the part you put in your mouth was smaller. But the pyramid used to be a 58 or so. But the regular was the Magnificos, which is what I smoked, was a 54 ring. The guy comes in the store and says, Partagas Black makes a 60 ring gauge. It's called a Gigante. Well, I know they have the Gigante and some other sizes of Partagas or other types of Partagas. This right here is one of the best smoking cigars I have ever smoked. It's brand new, just come out in 2009. Even on the box it says new size, and I may show you that in part 3 if you want to see it. You send me a message if you want to see it, then I'll show it to you. This is an excellent cigar. So, in my opinion, number one cigar of the year, 2009, Partagas Black Gigante. Number two cigar, which is right there with it, the Cane Maduro, and then probably the Casa Magna Gran Toro. All in big cigars. These are just some of my things. All right. Now, the next thing that we want to hit is biggest fuck-ups by this administration of 2009. And I'm going to start right off the bat. I mean, I could easily say, where do you want to start? You know, you got all day. One of the biggest fuck-ups that this administration did in 2009 was pass the S-chip tax on tobacco. Taking money out of your pocket and my pocket if you use a tobacco product to pay for health insurance for little kids who shouldn't even have a job, who, you know, their jobs of delivering paper and working a lemonade stand doesn't pay them the health benefits that they should have to go to a doctor and get whatever they need done. I'm not going to get started on that right now because there's other ways that stuff can be paid for. Okay, so I'm going to name at least 10 fuck-ups of this administration, and you just put them in the order you want. Okay, S-chip, big fuck-up number one. Big fuck-up number two was turning over tobacco regulation to the FDA. The FDA, who regulates drugs, prescription drugs, drug companies like Pfizer, who advertise prescription drugs on TV that will save your life. But there's a big list of things that it might do, and one of the biggest things is kill you or cause you to die. You know, antidepressant drugs. How many people want to take an antidepressant drug who one of the side effects is may cause depression and thoughts of suicide? Well, shit, if you're depressed, you know, you're already having those thoughts of suicide. You want to take something to take that away from you. When the FDA says we don't want tobacco being advertised to young kids, well, that's bullshit because those advertisements have already been gone away a long time ago. So we don't want people dying from tobacco. My conclusion is they want them to die from prescription drugs because they allow the advertisement and sale of prescription drugs on TV. That's the number two fuck up. The turning over the tobacco regulation to the FDA. I'm at 8 minutes and 9 seconds. I'm going to take another break. We'll come back. More. I think I got 8 more fuck ups of this administration.